Welcome back, folks, to segment number 3 here. And Terry, start us off.
Okay, so we got the Rams going to the Steelers. 5-3 Rams are a 4.5-point favorite over the Steelers. At home. 4-4 for the Steelers record. Line, it seems a little high to me. I mean, I can see the Rams being favored with the Steelers not having their starting quarterback, but I don't see the 4.5. I like the Steelers at home to potentially win this game, or at least make it close enough. It's a field goal game.
I think that's a pretty good bet because here's why, folks. The Rams are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 meetings against the Steelers. They're 1-3-1 in November, and the Steelers are 3-1-1 against the spread in November. I like the Steelers at home. I don't think Mason Rudolph has played that bad.
I don't either.
And I think that the defense for the Steelers is better than the Rams. So I'm going to take the Steelers.
Steelers are at 500 now.
I know,
They're
4-4.
Another win here would put them in conversation. Anyway, I'm going to take the Steelers myself to keep this close. I just don't think the Rams are that good.
Okay.
They did come off a bye, so they've had a week's rest coming into this. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay, next game. We got the Colts as an 11.5-point favorite over the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 1-7 with a win. Who did they beat? Did they beat the Jets?
Yeah.
Yes.
They just beat the Jets.
Yeah. Well, that's my phone dinging, so don't worry about it.
Okay. So, big point spread here, 11.5. Who are the Colts to be favored by 11.5? I guess it's the Dolphins. So.
And their quarterback just went down on a bad knee.
Brissett?
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett, the one who played for New
So
England.
is he out for the rest of the year?
No. He's just hurt. He could even
Play this week?
Question.
Okay. Well,
But if it
that wasn't
isn't
going to sway my
So let's
decision
see
one
what
way or the
your-
But if
other.
it isn't
stats tell us
Brissett, it'd be
here.
All right. So the road team, folks, in this matchup between the Dolphins and the Colts are 7-1 against the spread, but that's not the stat I like. The underdog in this series is 12-2 against the spread, and for that, 11.5, way too many for a Colts team. And besides that, Fitzpatrick, he can score some points. The Dolphins defense might not be that good, but he could score some points. So I'm going to bank on that.
I had to pick him up as a backup quarterback in my fantasy league.
Not a bad pickup.
So I got to go with the Dolphins myself. Here. See him score some points.
Good move.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins, too. I'll tell you something, though. They've covered their last 3 weeks in a row. They've covered the spot 3 weeks in a row here. One money line.
And 11.5. So we go back to the history of the NFL. 10-point spreads are tough to cover in the NFL.
Yep.
And coupled with the
Unless
fact,
it's the Bengals.
like I said, coupled with the fact Colts'
Unless you got
quarterback's
the Patriots
questionable.
playing these teams. So the Patriots play the Dolphins. It needs to be 17. But
Yep.
anyways, last game we got the Panthers going to the Packers. So 5-3 Panthers going to the Packers. Packers are 5.5-point favorite. Packers was my big disappointment last week. It's like they didn't even show up. I think they had 57 yards of offense in the first half. I don't know what happened to them, but they got walloped by San Diego last week.
What's the Panthers' record?
Panthers are 5-3
5-3,
going into this
okay.
game. So
Well, let me help you here, Terry.
okay, see if it
The
helps.
Packers are 0-4 against the spread at home versus a team with a winning record. And the underdog in this series is 9-4-1 against the spread. So I like both of those stats. I think Kyle Allen is playing lights out for them. Now I'm going to take the Panthers and the 5.5 at Green Bay.
Okay, Dave.
I'm going to go with the Packers at home. They get beat in San Diego. San Diego's not that bad, but they get beat by San Diego. But coming home here against the Panthers, the only good team that the Panthers played was the 49ers, and you see what happened there. It's going to happen the same way here. Green Bay's going to get back on track.
Okay.
With the point spread, this is a coin toss for me, and my coin just landed on the Packers, so I'm taking the Packers as well.
All right.
So there you have it for the 10 games.
How about our best bets?
So our best bets, just before we go though, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 games in which we all agreed. That's the first time I've seen 4 games.
How did
that
we
we're in
do
agreement.
last week?
On our agreement? Well, we didn't do well because
Couldn't be that good.
Yeah.
But on
So
the games that we agreed on, I think we all took Oregon, didn't we?
No, we did not. I went with USC, and USC actually could have. They looked good in the first half. They got
Terry, they
dinged
play
by
4
a couple
quarters.
of-
You do know
I
that, right?
Momentum. It's a game of momentum, and there are a couple bad calls early. So we only agreed on one game last week, and it was the Browns, and they got dumped by the Broncos. So we didn't do
Yikes.
so well. So this
No.
week we got 4 games.
Well, folks, we're going to do well this week.
I'll jump right out. My best bet, I alluded to it earlier, the Bills getting points against the Browns. They should win that game money line.
All right. Well, my best bet, believe it or not, folks, is the 1-7 Dolphins. I love the Dolphins to cover this game.
With those stats,
Yeah.
12-2. Wow.
Yep, love them.
People aren't going to believe this coming from me. I'm going to take the Wyoming Cowboys.
I love the Wyoming Cowboys, Dave.
With 12.5 points, again.
I love that one
all
as
those
well.
are good bets, in my opinion.
You know, I love all. Hey, folks, this past Monday night we had a huge crowd,
Hey, Monday night coming up, we got the
Oh.
Seahawks playing the 49ers.
and that's exactly what I was
That's gonna
coming
be
to,
huge.
folks. We will be packed. I'll have extra tables out, extra chairs out. The 49ers, Seahawks, big game. 49ers are undefeated, right?
They are
And
undefeated.
Seahawks, what,
The only
5-3
undefeated
or 6-2?
Patriots went down last week, so Seahawks are 6-2.
6-2. Huge game. Get there early. We're going to have plenty of giveaways.
Where's it at?
It's in San
I'm
Francisco.
also giving away a few restaurant tickets. You know, Michelle, our restaurant manager, said, Gary, give a few of those away during the game. So we're going to do that this coming weekend. So I'm looking forward to that, folks. It's going to be fun.
Should be a good game.
Should be a good game. Hey, for Dave, Terry, myself, I'm Gary. Goodbye, everybody.